Hello, hello, hello everyone, and welcome back to another Fallout 76 Weapon Spotlight, where today we've got a beast of a weapon. Thanks to Stefan, one of the viewers on the channel, and his generosity the other night on stream, we have a Bloodied 25% faster fire rate with 25% less VATS AP cost Fixer to test out. So this thing should just wreck everything in sight. I think we know that. Remember, if you like videos like this and you want to see more, do go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment. You know the drill at this point. As always, we're going to take a look at the weapon and the build. I'll put timestamps in the video so you can jump ahead if you like, but I think that's enough chit-chat for now. Let's go ahead and get started with a look at the weapon itself. And taking a look here, we can see this is one of the most desirable fixers you can get. We've got Bloodied, which is absolutely the king of damage. We'll run that at low health with unyielding armor so we can take advantage of all those benefits. Faster fire rate, which is going to dramatically increase our DPS overall. And 25% less VATS AP cost. So all those things combined with a VATS-oriented Bloodied Stealth Commando build, and yeah, we're never going to run out of AP. Realistically, it's going to be just fine. For mods, I've got the powerful auto receiver. That's going to allow me to do the most damage possible without switching to ultrasight ammo. Then we've got the aligned long barrel. That's going to help with hipfire accuracy and VATS AP cost. Precise stock is going to do the same thing, while also increasing, yes, bashing damage, but more importantly, the condition bar. Then we've got the stinging magazine, which I think gives us a nice balance between ammo capacity and armor penetration. A reflex sight, again for good hipfire accuracy and better VATS AP cost, and a suppressor so we stay nice and quiet and can stay stealthy and land all of our extra damaging sneak criticals. Let's go ahead now and take a look at mutations. And for mutations, this is my pretty standard Bloodied Stealth Commando build. We've got Adrenal Reaction to do more damage at low health, Bird Bones and Marsupial so we can jump high and land softly, Carnivore, so meat is more effective. Chameleon, which is utterly useless in every way, and but it also doesn't hurt me, so there's no reason to get rid of it. Eagle Eyes for better perception and more critical damage. Egghead for more intelligence, which yields more XP. Healing Factor, so I heal up in between fights without needing to use stim packs. Scaly Skin for some extra damage and energy resistance. Speed Demon, so we move faster and reload faster. And this build has Talons, which isn't going to be a factor today, but normally that gives me extra unarmed damage and a little bit of bleed damage, which can be fun. Now, I should note here, you do see some of these negative effects look really pronounced and others don't. There is a visual bug with Class Freak right now. If you take off the card and put it back on, then that resets, but it's just kind of a pain. So I have Class Freak on. Really, those negatives are all mitigated. That is just a visual bug as far as I know. Let's go ahead and move on and take a look at legendary perks. We start off with my personal favorite, which is Ammo Factory. That lets me craft way more ammo every time I craft it, and this is my main character where it's maxed out and most effective. Second up, we've got Master Infiltrator. Honestly, for a damage build, don't really recommend Master Infiltrator, but I've been recording a lot of lore videos lately, and it just makes my life easier to have it there, so I gave up my 1 point of extra intelligence for Master Infiltrator for at least for a temporary thing. So that won't probably always be there, but for now it's helpful for me. Don't necessarily recommend that you do it. But another one that I don't recommend that you do, that is my third perk, is 3 points in Legendary Charisma. So that lets me take extra Charisma perks. Unfortunately, it doesn't let me share extra perks. So yeah, if you want to max out your Charisma, the best way to do that is to max that out in your build and then use a legendary special perk somewhere else to bring that back up from wherever you took it from. Unfortunately, I didn't know that when all of this came out, and it got maxed out, and I just kind of have to live with it. So yeah, so there's that. After that, we've got Follow Through, which is going to possibly be a little bit helpful today. With that, our targets take more damage after we land a successful sneak attack, but most things that we go up against with this weapon are going to die very, very quickly. much faster than follow through can process, so probably not going to be a huge factor today, except maybe on some of the really tanky enemies. And then to round it out, we've got Legendary Endurance and Legendary Luck. Both of those let me take more perks in those categories. And Endurance lets me take Revenant, which can be useful in many circumstances, but won't be a big factor today. And Legendary Luck lets me take lots of VATS critical related perks. So all of that is very helpful for my build. Very good. That's enough with the legendary perks. Let's jump into the special build and our standard perk cards and see what we've got going on there. So here we've got 2 points in strength, which I've used for Bandolier. That's going to reduce my ammo weight. Under perception, we've got Tank Killer and Ground Pounder maxed out, so we get better armor penetration and faster reload and better hipfire accuracy. We've also got 1 point in concentrated fire, so we can target limbs and weak points, particularly heads, for more damage. And then we've got Commando almost maxed out. We sacrifice 1 point of Expert Commando so that we can keep that 1 point in concentrated fire. Ultimately, targeting those weak points yields more damage than that. Under Endurance, I've got Radical. That gives me extra strength when I'm gating my health with radiation. And Revenant, which gives me a damage boost if I get revived in combat. So not going to be a big factor today, but under normal circumstances when I'm doing queen fights and Earl and things like that, it can come in handy. Under Charisma, we've got Tenderizer max out, so again, our targets will take more damage after we attack. And Lone Wanderer is maxed out, so I take more damage I take less damage rather if I get hit, and I get better AP regeneration. We're going to be running solo today, so it makes sense to take that. Intelligence at 9, we've got Nerd Rage for more damage, AP regen, and damage resistance at low health. Scrapper, so I get more steel when I scrap weapons. And Gunsmith, so my gun's condition bar lasts longer. Agility, we're at 15. I've got Sneak maxed out. You might say you don't need that with full unyielding armor, but there also isn't really anything else in here that I wanted to run, so why not keep a little extra stealth? Covert Operative is going to make our sneak attacks do more damage. Escape Artist gets us out of trouble if we get detected. Gunfu will help us swap between targets automatically and give us a damage buff every time we swap. And of course, Adrenaline is going to build up our damage number as we take on larger mobs. Finally, we wrap things up with a maxed out Luck at 15. Bloody Mess gives us extra damage all around. Serendipity helps us avoid damage at low health. Class Freak and Starch Genes so we can keep our mutations and reduce their negative effects. And then you can see I've got kind of a mixed bag of VATS critical related perks that are going to make it a little easier for me to get more VATS critical shots and do a tiny bit more damage when I get them. All right, that's enough of all that. Let's head on over to the Whitespring and start testing out this weapon. And in we go. I am anticipating a very, very easy run with this, but I guess we'll find out. Target the heads, and yeah, with the Bloodied weapon, we're getting one-shot kills. Easy enough. I'm trying my best to have some trigger discipline here. With a faster fire rate, it is easy to double tap unintentionally. So I want to be ammo efficient. I want to maintain the automatic receiver on here because I want to have that level of DPS when we take on tankier things. But for things like Ghouls, with headshots, you really only need one bullet. There we had the double tap that wasn't necessary. And there was another one. So you can see that's where having the faster fire rate on this as a general farming weapon, it might not be the most efficient thing in the world. But overall, it's working just fine. The bloodied damage buff is huge. So for ghoul farming, it doesn't get much easier than this. Head on over into the pro shop. You're dead, and I've got bullets for you, and you, and you. And look how easy that is. And you can see our VATS hit chance has been high because we've got full unyielding armor on, so perception is maxed out. That makes that really simple all around, and everybody is going down easy. And we've got a deadly glowing one, level 100. Okay, and you can see follow-through process there, so yeah. Couple of shots, and he's down. Oh, we got one in the hallway. Let's head outside. Clean up the back of the house here a little bit. Anybody there? Yep, I see you there. We'll have to get a little closer here for the VATS hit chance, no problem. And there's usually one or two more over this way. Anybody home? No? There we go. Knew there'd be at least one more. Oh, there's two. Awesome. So I think we're done here. And normally we'd go to the deep at this point, but we're going to head straight over to Solomon's Pond and take on the Behemoth instead. Simply put, the enemies inside the deep are really squishy, just like the ghouls. So we're gonna do another surprise stop here today instead, and just zip right ahead to the Behemoth. Don't worry, the deep will continue to be a place I go under normal circumstances, but this is a really powerful weapon. I think one set of squishy enemies is enough. All right, there we landed one. We've got our follow-through working. But VATS is a little weird. We're not registering. There we go. Now we go. I think it has something to do with that standing up animation. But yeah, very efficient, easy kill, no problem at all. Now we're going to head over to a new spot that we don't usually go to. We're going to head over to the abandoned waste dump, head inside, and see if we can't kill a couple of Deathclaws. There's usually 2 in here, sometimes 3, but I think usually it's just 2. Let's see what we can find. You just want to skulk around here. And I'll admit I do have a bit of an ulterior motive in coming here. I really do want to showcase just how weak Deathclaws are. I mean, look at that. 3 shots now. On Deathclaws, the belly is the weak spot. But that, I mean, come on. These are supposed to be like the biggest, scariest things in the wasteland, right? Okay, I had to hunt around a little bit, so I cut around that, but here we go. And yeah, these are supposed to be big and scary and tough, and I mean, they can do a lot of damage if they hit you, but look at this. Three shots? I mean, I know this is a powerful weapon, but come on. We can do better than that. Bethesda, if you're watching, it's time to make the Deathclaw dangerous again. Now we can move on to the Fissure site, where we'll take on some Scorched and a Scorchbeast. And here our challenge will be that we've got some distance between us and these enemies. So we've got to get a little closer to line up the VATS headshots. But you can see with that decreased VATS AP cost, we're not having any trouble with action points in VATS. We're not having any trouble with anything like that. The weapon is very powerful, shoots very quickly, kills our enemies very quickly. Just get a shot. There we go. We'll get a shot on him. Hopefully draw his attention over here. And we got a couple more Scorch creeping up. No big deal. Oh, that one's pretty far away. Uh-oh, get away from the poison. All right, where are we here? I know there's at least, yeah, one more Scorched here. Got stuck in the pit boy. Okay, now we have the Scorchbeast's attention. That's good. And easy enough. Follow through should be kicking in now. And that is one dead Scorchbeast. Yeah, just look at him fly over there. Easy enough. That was way too easy, honestly. But yeah, that was awesome. Let's go ahead and head over to Huntersville. Now, here we go. We'll take out the floaters. And you can see the fire rate on this weapon makes it very, very effective. And now heading into town, we've got a level 50 Super Mutant, 2 shots, easy enough. A level 60 Face Eater, no problem. And we've got our friend up here by the water tower. Level 75, 2 shots. Done. So yeah, so for your general farming, your fire rate is not that helpful. It doesn't hurt to have it, but where it really comes in handy, you could see was with something like a Scorchbeast. Being able to rapidly hit definitely makes a difference. Here, it's not that big of a factor unless you're okay with just wasting more ammo than you need to. But yeah, once you've got it lined up, your double and triple taps are super easy. No problem at all. We'll head inside here, and there's a mutie, and is there a Face Eater in here? There's usually a Face Eater in here somewhere. Maybe I missed him. Let's see here. We're in caution. Head out this way. All right, maybe there's no face eater. Didn't see him. Okay, head on down to the end here. There's usually a boy and his dog down along the road, and then one more up by the barricade. There goes the face eater. Don't have to worry about that one. Level 50 should be no problem. Easy enough. Oh, and we got a 3-star legendary to wrap it up. And there we go. Took him out before the health bar could regen. 3-star Trapper left leg. That's actually pretty good. Chameleon with Sentinel. That's not bad. Okay, let's talk conclusions. The obvious question is a Bloodied Fixer with faster fire rate and less VATS AP cost a good weapon? Yes, it is a very good weapon. It is excellent. It is a fabulous weapon. Is it better than a non-legendary Fixer? Sure, you bet it is. Better DPS, higher damage, all those things are wonderful. It is a fabulous weapon. There was no doubt about that going into this one. It's just one of those things that it's kind of a rare drop, so we want to take a look at it and see it in action when we can. And yeah, it held up. It did as expected. High DPS, high damage. We didn't run out of AP. It basically does what it says on the tin. And yeah, it absolutely performed up to my expectations. Very, very good. Fast follow-up shots. If it has a weakness, its strength in its DPS is also its weakness. This is definitely more of a weapon that you'll want to use for boss fights. Going up against Earl, going up against the Imposter Sheep Squatch or the Scorchbeast Queen, where you know you're going to have to lay down a lot of fire. For general farming, where you maybe want to be a little more efficient, this isn't necessarily giving you that. Yes, it does more damage and it kills your enemies more quickly, but you're also going to occasionally fire more bullets than you really need to. So that's something worth considering. It's a great weapon, but it may not be the ideal all the time general farming weapon. With all that said, I think that brings us to the end of this one. The weapon absolutely performed as expected. Remember, if you like videos like this and you want to see more, do go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment. There's always a lot more to come on the channel. I do hope I see you next time, and until then, I'm Fisty McRib.